What's goody YTBC? What's good fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marshall with another video. So this my post thought review on the Adrien Broner interview on the Breakfast Club. It was a nice interview. I like it when boxers get a platform, to talk about the sport, to talk about the upcoming fights or previous fights. So anytime, these boxers are on the outlet other than the usual ES Newses or Seconds Out or IFL TV, the usual boxing sites or media accounts, when they're on other platforms, I'm all for it. Well, anyways, it was an interesting interview between, Adrien Broner and the Breakfast Club people. Um, he spoke his heart, he spoke his truth. And there was some good things I liked about it, and there was some bad things. There was some things, as far as him endorsing Donald Trump and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of lame, knowing what kind of man Donald Trump is, and you know, if you respect Donald Trump's ideologies and what he stands for, then that's really saying something about you. As far as what you think about humanity, and as far as equal rights and for everybody, because Donald Trump don't feel that way for everybody. He's the kind of guy who wants to ban or expel all Muslims and or Mexicans from the United States, or basically all foreigners. When the United States was a country built straight up and down off of, you know, it's a country, it's a melting pot, you know what I'm saying? It's a country that has all kind of races and nationalities and cultures that blend in to make America what it is, you know what I'm saying? And truth be told, America is a place where you need working class people, to help the country's economy survive. And I'm sure Donald Trump or his family won't be out there doing manual jobs or, trying to make a living for themselves, starting from the bottom, from the top, like how people do when they come to the United States to try to make, America, try to make a better life for themselves. So, if Adrien Broner supports Donald Trump, that's one thing I disagreed with, and I was kind of vexed he said that, but it is what it is. This ain't a political video. It's my boxing thoughts about the interview. So what else? He's the kind of guy, Adrien Broner. I just wish, he's talking about he's now focused on boxing, and he can't leave the streets, or the streets can't leave him, or whatever. But there's comes a point in time, when you're a millionaire, and we've heard this jargon from him before about being focused and whatnot, and being about boxing. Be about boxing. And truth be told, ever since he said that, he seems like he's gotten into more trouble than ever before. He's had at least 3 to 4 incidents with the law. You know what I'm saying? And he's taken a loss in between, when he lost to Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He lost his belt on the scales to Ashley Theophane. Ashley Theophane ain't win it, but win. Even if Adrien Broner won, which he did, he didn't get to keep his belt. You know. So and he got a lot of things going for himself, and the man got a family and kids. And I just hope for the sake of him, all goes well with his pending case. So he could be there for his family and kids, man. Cause one thing I do like about Adrien Broner is he's a visible face in boxing. I said on a previous video, he's more popular with the urban culture or the world star culture. He's the kind of guy, these fans, Adrien Broner fans, some of them, for the most part, wouldn't know shit about boxing, but they know when Adrien Broner fights, and they support him to the fullest, and they'll say he'll beat anybody. Just like Adrien Broner feel he'll beat anybody. The man Charlemagne asked him about Terrence Crawford, and he said he'll kick his ass too. So that was kind of funny. One thing he did say, about when he fought Maidana, which was true when Charlemagne tried to say Adrian got his ass whooped all over the place. Well, Charlemagne must have not paid attention to that fight. After Adrian Broner got dropped with I think a right hand that made him do the stanky leg a little bit and go down. He didn't go down on his ass, but he went down. His gloves touched the canvas. The man came back with a spirited effort. You know what I'm saying? He won the championship rounds. He was putting the pressure on Maidana and walking him down. And I thought that was he showed great resilience from a guy who had never taken a beating like that. Prior to him coming back, he showed that he's not gonna lay down, and he went out hard. He went out on his shield. Um, So what else about the interview? I liked when he talked about Floyd Mayweather, about the situation with Mayweather, and you could tell that he feels hurt by the way Mayweather has handled the situation. Their issues, or basically the way Mayweather just put his business out there to the public, and whether Broner was going through problems. That's something that he shouldn't put the man's business out there like that. You know, According to Adrien Broner, Broner says Mayweather did call the fight hype people to conduct them interviews to, basically disclose that Adrien Broner had a drinking problem and he's an alcoholic and whatnot. And, Adrien Broner goes through a lot, and, he's a young man. Floyd is, a man who's 39 years old. He should let the young man learn from his mistakes. And just like Adrien Broner been saying, he wishes, he wanted guidance from the man Floyd, and and he felt that his mentor, was basically, throw his name in the dirt, or basically, talk sideways about him. As a man to man, Adrien Broner don't appreciate that, and that's one thing I do agree with him with, that Floyd could have hashed any issues they have with them, but whether they could have hashed any issues they had amongst each other as men, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. It could be also a ploy to sell a fight. You know what I'm saying? It could be, You know what I'm saying? Adrien Broner on this particular interview said he got big things happening, got a good big name opponent coming up, and he wants to fight in August. So, hopefully it'll be somebody, you know what I'm saying? If he wants to fight Floyd, I feel he has to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what he does. Um, you know, the man talked about his relationship with his lady, the mother of his kids. And, I guess they're going through a rocky situation right now. So, the man got a lot of things going for him, but, you know, it's cool to play the villain. It's good for boxing, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Adrien Broner, in my opinion, is good for boxing. He's a guy who keeps people interested, whether hardcore or casual fans. You know what I'm saying? I was in there when he fought Ashley Theopan at the DC Armory. I've been in the Armory plenty of times to watch fights, and I ain't never seen the Armory sold out in my life till I saw this man, Adrien Broner, fight Ashley Theopan that night. It was a live event up in that piece, so, Adrien Broner is a draw. You check it. So, I think it's time for the man Adrien Broner to grow up. Like I said, he could be the villain, but be a responsible villain. As a millionaire, having to spend a couple nights in the joint, having to, in a jail cell, that shit's not cool. Regardless, for any man, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure for a millionaire, when you could be out having fun, spending money, taking care of your family, you sleeping there in the jail cell, you know, it could be a eye awakening experience, and hopefully it is for him. And we just hope, wish the best for Adrien Broner, you know what I'm saying? And the best for him, he should know right now is he needs to stay focused, and he needs to win fights. Win fights, you could be you. You check it, you could be reckless, talk that shit. throw money up in the air, that's none of my business. I could care less about that. But I'm talking about as far as in the ring. And if these outside, these outside situations, they affect your boxing, what I'm saying? That's when it becomes a problem, what I'm saying? But we just wish the man could stay focused on boxing, want to challenge the best. I don't want to see him fight Floyd. Not because I'm a fan of him or any of them that I don't want to see him lose. It's just I'd rather see guys Broner fight other guys, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's on Floyd's level. That's to me a mismatch. You check it. So, we'll see what happens with Adrien Broner, whether he'll stay focused, and, he claims he's a star, which I believe he is. And, he needs to make moves and cultivate his catapult his career in the right direction to remain a star, to get them big paydays, fight these big names, and at the end of the day, he has to win. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Charlemagne the God and them, it was a good interview. The man opened up, he spoke his truth. You know what I'm saying? He had times when he was speaking some ignorant shit, but it is what it is. We know what Adrien Broner brings to the table, you know what I'm saying? But he did speak some real shit about plenty of situations. And he is a man who's going through his own journey in life and in this boxing game. As a young man, a four-time champion, even though he ain't really beat nobody really of note to be, to say, yeah, I beat some great champions to be, it is what it is. But, just wish the best for him, and we'll see what happens with him. And the interview was a good interview, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, for any boxer to be on these platforms to talk, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, that's my video. Let me know your thoughts and comments if you watched Adrien Broner's interview on The Breakfast Club. Let me know how you felt about what he was talking about. Did you think he came and showed, himself in a positive light, or do people still view him in a negative light? So let me know, man. This be Marsh Boxing. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up and please subscribe. Alright, y'all. Peace.